So here's a very strange car hunt and some extra Gameloft lies that I'll go into in a bit. But the Volkswagen XL Sports concept car hunt Riot. Weird car, but like really enjoyable event, even though completely kind of for a non-reward. This is just like a bunch of import parts and rare import parts from this track, but really cool kind of bit of training for this car. At the start here, by the way, this AI is really painful because they can decide to suddenly 360 and try and just go left a bit as much as possible and see if you can take them out. Or they just take each other out. But yeah, like that AI has ended quite a lot of my runs really, really fast. It's easiest if you can try and take one out with orange nitro rubbing against it. But it is just like they can be make or break to a decent run. But at least it happens straight away at the start and then they're gone. But just like a single press nitro the entire way down here. Try and go as far to the left as possible as this you can take without clipping off the bit that sticks up. And I go to the left path here. In multiplayer, loads of people go right onto the ramp, but you go left here and perfect onto that. And try and stick your wheel then as close as possible, because this car is like not fast. You really just want to make it as little road as possible all the time, and nitro straight towards the ramp here. Perfect. And in the air as much as get ready for a hard drift here, and you really need to fill up enough nitro to bring you down this tunnel, and make sure not to touch on the water on the side. There's a couple of places in this this route where like you really have to be careful not to touch off of footpaths around here. Like those footpaths all on the side of this road, they will immediately drop you down to 140 miles an hour, and you'll feel it in this car as much as it's not fast to begin with. Like that 140 miles an hour, if you touch one of those and not in a nitro state, it's just run over pretty much, because the thing does not accelerate very well at all. But yeah, like it's a strange run. I managed to shave off another couple of hundredths of a second. I've done this one quite a few times, but I've been really enjoying this. 121. I think I was 123rd beforehand. But yeah, it's like it's a pretty cool event, but like such a weird one again from the rewards factor of it. Hey, Ziggy, 1/10 of a second just below me. But yeah, the times are pretty tight. Like you see, like there is hundreds and thousands of seconds between them, but that's the 2021. Oh, you better be a good year. And Spencer. But stay here. These rewards though, this sucks, and it really is kind of rubbish of Gameloft, because the car hunts before included tokens as a reward, and they included tokens for the first about like 6 to 8 months. And then after a while, they started to, they took the tokens out, because their logic to it was they didn't want players who had cars golded from entering car hunt riots. So they tried to remove the tokens as a deterrent from, obviously, the people who would have a gold car would have a better chance of winning rewards in there. So remove the tokens, because, it's like you then kind of have less reward for going in there if you have a gold car. At the same time, that didn't change at all, because people with a gold car are still going to take part in riots, because obviously people are taking part in this riot just for the sake of you want an event to do and to race against your other racers. So like, this car doesn't have any epic import parts. So the rewards, there's no reason why this doesn't have like any tokens as a thing. It obviously doesn't, like the import parts on the left hand side, it's just more packs of regular import parts. So there's no like reason for them to have a deterrent by not putting tokens in this. So like, it's just a case of the removal of tokens wasn't you know, this awesome thing that they wanted to do to try to make it more fair and more fun for everyone. Like, if they wanted to do that, you could just say, well, no gold cars in a car hunt riot. They could do that, but it would annoy people who spend a lot of time and money in the game, so they don't want to do that. They want to just make this token gesture where they can, like, remove the in-game currency reward and try and make it sound like they're not just removing an in-game currency reward. But no, like, this event has proved the fact that, like, if they put half of a minute's thought into this one, it should have had tokens, because there's no reason to have the deterrent missing tokens thing there, but they didn't bother. Thanks, Gameloft. Appreciate that. You're cool. At least the special event is over tomorrow, as at the time of recording this one. And yeah, have to see what the next event looks like. There's a promise of an Unleashed event, no mention of what car is in that yet. But at the same time, it's like they really have been terrible on the mobile version of the game and our version of the game on the Switch. They have two different events. If you don't know, the global version of the game is on, like, effectively a year ahead of where the Switch is. But yeah, their Drive Syndicate was terrible as well, with one person spending 16 grand on the car. You've had people on the Switch spending upwards of a reported £1,200. But yeah, like, before spending that kind of money on this kind of a game, you should really have a think about what is the long-term return on that investment. If it's just one car in a garage, yeah, that's, like, kind of crazy. If it's the fame or infamy of getting it, fair enough. But once that worked in the long run of things, it's eventually just going to be a car in a garage to a game you stop playing. And, like, I would much rather walk away from a game I stopped playing after spending 30 through 60 euros in it rather than 60,000. Aye. Good job, Gameloft. But yeah, I'll not rant too much. Ziggy and myself are intending to do a video on some of the long-running issues with this game. Might see if we can tie it together with something with the next event coming up, if there's something for an Unleashed or so. But yeah, that'll be something down the line. If you want to catch that one, there's a sub button up there over my head. There's Indie or Outie up there, which is any indie game reviews where I mess around with indie game and take a first look at it. And there's something over there recommended by YouTube. The last indie game that I played, Valentina, really good fun. If you haven't seen it yet, my playthrough of the start of that game is quite humorous because the English in that is completely broken. And yeah, I had fun, and I think you would too if you enjoy watching it. Alright guys, good luck, and yeah, drive safe.